if anyone says Matchbox cars, we're going to kindly ask them to leave. Okay? Possibly. But anyway, I'm going to get myself ready. At this time, if our first guest would please request the box, I'm going to go ahead and get myself prepared. We'll see in just a second, everyone. Welcome to the show, everyone. Our very first guest this evening. Spotlighting her right now. She goes by Skylight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show our very first guest of the evening. How's it going, Skylight?
Great. I'm shining bright.
It's shining bright. How are you doing? We have a floating chair in this studio. I don't know if you know this. So I know you're up there currently, being broadcast live in studio, so that's how we do it in the studio here. Yeah. So Skylight, you helped arrange today a very special show. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to experience today?
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, all of February is Black History Month. And as you know, the app is very into diversity of all aspects. So we decided to come up with a special Black History Month show. And we have some awesome African-American creators that are going to be on the show today. And we also have a game that's going to be great. So I'm very, very excited. It's going to be
We are all very excited. Skylight, I kind of did a little trust fall in this situation. You're like, Chris, we got to do something special. I said, I agree. But what is it? So what are some of the things that we can look forward to, like, now? What should we transition into?
Yeah. So after this, we're gonna spice it up a little bit, something that we have never done on the Suit It Up show today, ever, and we are gonna have trivia. So we're gonna have Black History trivia with Meta. If you guys don't know who Meta is, you will find out in a few minutes.
All right. I think we've done some trivia before, but not this kind of trivia. So that is definitely a first for the show. There's definitely a first for the show. Okay, so should we welcome Meta to the box?
Yes, Meta.
Okay. Are we all right? Okay. Well, I feel so alone at my desk right now. Meta, can you? All right, hang on. Producer's telling me we are getting a satellite feed. We've got our next guest being paged in right now. I think he's right. All right, he's coming in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest of the evening, Metaphysical.
What's going on?
Studio. How you doing today?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
I'm nervous.
You say you're nervous. You don't gotta be nervous. I feel like this. You should be fine with me. I think it's my third time on your show in the past year. This is number 3.
That is a record. That's true.
A record. Hello.
All right. Well, Metaphysical. For those of you just joining, please welcome to the show Metaphysical. He's our second guest. We are doing Suited Up right now, so be sure to favorite all the guests that we have. I understand that we're going to do a game together.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are going to, and actually this is going to incorporate everybody. So peace, love, and divine blessings to each and every one of y'all in Metaphysical. So if you haven't heard, we have been doing the Passport to Blackness. And basically what that is every single day over the month, over this Black History Month, we have been spotlighting many different streamers and going to their rooms so that they could share a fact about Black History Month. I am still working out the last week, so if you want to be a part of that, definitely hit me up at Meta Meet Me or on IG. And we're also doing the Ultimate Black Trivia Contest, which is going to be on at Top Edge Squares on February 27th at 6 o'clock in It's Jilly Baby's room. It's going down. So still looking for a sponsor for that. So if you would like to help out with that, please hit me up. So cool. Let's dig into the trivia, okay?
Meta, but hang on, before we go too far, because that's a lot of content, number one. But number two, I'm really interested to know, and I think the audience might be interested to know, what motivated you to take that upon yourself, to curate so much content, to get so many people together for the entire month celebrating Black history?
So what motivated me to get this together to curate content for Black History Month was the fact that just like in real life, Black and African Americans have such a large footprint on culture just as a whole. And a lot of times we don't get the recognition or appreciation. And especially, in Black History Month, it's really Black History Year, all year round. But during Black History Month, it's an opportunity for us to really celebrate and highlight our specific achievements, especially because this is a platform, we create so many different events, so many, the auctions, the battles, the royales, and we create such a footprint here that I feel like it was especially important for us to do something to honor and celebrate us.
Yeah, and you're really doing it in class here. You've got an entire ensemble of creators and members of the community who are backing you on it. And I'm so excited that you took the tour here, and then I can be part of it because I know you reached out to me. You said, Chris, what are we doing? And I said, I'm trying. We're going to figure something out. So at least this can be a piece of it. So yeah, on that note, you curated some content, you curated some games. I'm excited to play.
Yes, so our Passport to Blackness got started off with Travel Bay. It had to get started with Travel Bay since she is our leader of the TSA. And so the first facts began with, when did the celebration of Black History Month begin? So that's the question. So for everybody in the comments, you're gonna click A, B, C, or D. Okay. And also for you, Chris Casper. When did the celebration of Black History Month begin? Was it A, 1963, B, 1923, C, 1926, or D, 1957?
Okay, I've got my answer. I've got my answer.
Okay, I'm seeing some A's.
Seeing some A's, some D's.
Seeing some D's.
Okay. Throw some D's on it. All right. I'm going to lock in my answer here. I'm going to go with the answer that was in the 60s. I'm going to go with the 60s.
The 60s. Okay. Well, that reminds me of that song from that show. What's that show? Hairspray? Hey, mama, welcome to the 60s. But that's wrong. That's wrong. It was C. 1926. Okay, so wow. The celebration of Black History Month, it began as Negro History Week, which was created in 1926 by Carter G. Woodson, a noted African-American historian, scholar, educator, and publisher. It became a month-long celebration in 1976. The month of February was chosen to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and also Abraham Lincoln. So, something for you to remember. Boom.
It's really surprising to me too, because I know that Kwanzaa was founded in the 60s, 50s, 60s. So it's more recent, or possibly even sooner than that. I just had this as a trivia question actually in December. Point being that within the lifetime of many people watching, Kwanzaa was founded. So it's interesting to me that that predates that. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You learn something new every day, period.
We're learning right now.
So we got two more for you, and I'm gonna just throw this one in there for free real quick. Who is the first Black president? Who's the first Black president?
I feel like this is one of those ones that if I answer it wrong, it's because I second guessed myself. It was Obama, right?
No, it was actually Bill Clinton. No, that was a joke. That was for free. No, it was Barack Hussein Obama. I had to give that. I had to put that one in the chat. That one had to go in the chat real quick.
I'm stressed out right now. All right. So.
All right. So I just got one more. I just got one more for y'all, and then we'll be out here. But the last question here is, when did Rosa Parks bus boycott happen? Was it in September 1955, B, January 1958, C, December 1955, or D, November 1955?
Wow, all of those dates were so close together. The chat looks like the chat here is going crazy with they're all over. They're all over the place too. We're not getting any help from the chat. Studio audience down here, they're being relatively quiet too. So studio audience, if you want to chip in. We're gonna go with C. Is it C?
Woo! We are correct. You are correct. It was C. It was C, December 1955. While, and also here's a fun fact for you as well. While Rosa Parks is accredited with helping spark the civil rights movement when she refused to give up her public bus seat to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955, inspiring the Montgomery bus boycott, the lesser known Claudette Colvin was arrested 9 months prior for not giving up her bus seat to white passengers. We discovered this actually on February 4th when Top Badge Riot was his birthday. And so we dug into learning more about the history of Rosa Parks and also discovered an unmentioned name, Claudette Colvin. So I'll leave that with you as well.
Wow. I wonder why that is, because Rosa Parks has obviously been so notable, and so many people know the story. It's taught in schools. It's amazing how so much of that is left out.
Yes, it's
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here right now.
We're here to receive. But that is so with that and everything, I am complete. Do I get a second to plug?
Absolutely. Metaphysical, please let everyone know. By the way, if you're not, make sure you're hitting the favorite button while he's discussing this, because it's a very quality stream. You can see this personality, the charisma right here.
Yeah, exactly. I still got Christmas lights up. Okay. So y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. Yeah, I know Valentine's Day is over and we still got a few days left in the month. So let's make it a blackety black, black, black all over the place all day long. You know what I mean? Anybody, anywhere you see a black streamer, celebrate them, honor them, give them some amazing feedback about what they have done and how much they have contributed to the robust, amazing community that we are developing here on this app. You know what I mean? We all have come here, especially, you know what I mean, in a time of disconnection that we formed together. So this is only going to strengthen us as a community, right? It's just being intentional. Also, if you would like to be on the passport, I am doubling up some of those days. So as we go into this final week, definitely hit me up on IG at Meta Meet Me, and I'll love to work with you. But we got a lot planned. And also check out my feature stream Soul Hour on Mondays at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Boom.
That's right. Why don't you plug what the show's about too? I know we've done it before, but you're here, so let's do it.
So my show on Mondays has it's about Monday motivation. It's about everything that you need to get your week started off to an amazing start. And we are actually on that Monday, we're going to be having a show called on the final Monday. Let me just plug this real quick too. On Monday, February 20th is going to be a special show. It's going to be called Garvey Land, where we're going to be having some incredible Black singers, musicians, artists come to just kind of close out the whole Black History Month. So come and check that out. And also on February 23rd is W.E.B. Du Bois' birthday, and we are going to be working to be in solidarity on that day as well. So I will be sending out as much as we can, but thank you so much for your support in advance.
Well, you came with a list, and I think we have our content calendar full, so everyone knows what they should be tuning into for the rest of the month. Meta, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate all that you do and everything that you've done to curate today's show. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Chris, and I really appreciate you as always. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. There we go, everyone. That was Meta. Let me adjust myself real quick. Hey, welcome to Suit Up, everyone. Real quick, I would like to say thank you to our top gifters so far this evening. Our top 5. We've got Smooth Babe. It's Travel Bay. She's trying to get tricky with me. We got Travel Bay. We've got Gary, Auntie, Divine, and currently our top gifter, Lemon Bay. Thank you so much for all your generosity, all the flames and things coming through. Please do not set the stage on fire. This is a brand new set. I'm still paying on it. Like, at least let me get like a few good uses out of it, because that would be bad. Okay. If it's your first time here and you're wondering what's going on, what's the show about? What do we do? Well, this is Suit Up. It's your weekly app update guest show. It's a talk show where we bring on people from both on and off the platform, talk a little bit about who they are and what they're passionate about. We just got done talking with Skylight and Metaphysical, learning about what they've been doing. Obviously, they're pouring a lot of themselves in the Black History Month and working to expand the knowledge of the streamer community for the better. And so we're really excited to see them do that. It's time to tap in to what we normally do here, which are our streamer interviews. And our first guest this evening, she goes by Lizzie. And we're going to go ahead and jump in it with Lizzie right now. Lizzie, if you go ahead and request that box, please. Welcome to the stage and to the show, everyone. Our second guest this evening. Hey there, Lizzie. How you doing?
Chris, I'm good.
I'm happy you're doing good. You feeling sparkly? A little sparkly in the back?
Yeah, I love my backdrops. So
Love the backdrops. Okay. Well, I know that you've been working hard on this streamer thing. You've even acquired some VIP status in the past, if that's not correct.
yes.
Yeah. So you're getting you made me second guess myself for 2 seconds. So tell us what got you into it? What got you started on this entire streaming journey?
All honesty, when I was going through a stream, I was scrolling trying to look at different people's pictures and stuff, and I clicked one which just happened to be Dre. And I went in his stream, and once I went in his stream, it became me hanging out with everybody else, and then it went from there to me starting to stream, and I just grew a passion for it.
Wow. Did any particular thing get you to start though? Was there a reason that you downloaded it?
I honestly downloaded it originally for dating. I've had this app downloaded for I think 2014 is when I downloaded it.
Okay. Dating. All right. Is it we can go there, right? Because that's the sizzle. You gave me the sizzle, now I want the steak. All right, so you download the app for dating. We can start a little low touch here. What was it that you were looking for in the dating scene? Because I know that some people, they learn as they date and meet people what the green lights, the red flags are. What were some of those red flags and green flags that you have been noticing?
I noticed that you always need to take your time and actually get to know somebody, and always make sure you're fully comfortable with the person. And that's even friends, like making friends off here too, because even while streaming and getting to know people, when you start talking to them off the app, you're letting them into another side of you. So if you don't fully trust them, do not let them into that side of you.
Absolutely. Do you feel like, we're kind of crossing segments here, but you bring up a great point. Do you feel like the streaming side opens the door to that? Do you feel like, as someone who streams but also had talked about the dating aspect, that they can intertwine, or do you think they have to stay separate?
I honestly feel like it depends on the people and it depends on your mindset. But me personally, I rather build friendships on here more so, because you could get a better friend, because with streaming comes people getting mad, and so you have to create balance.
Got to create some balance. And I know that you're making it hard for people to say stay away, because you've been working on this modeling thing for a second now. So tell us about this. How did you start your modeling journey?
I've always wanted to model, but one of my friends asked me to be on a show, in her modeling show, and I did that show and I loved it.
You loved it. When you say show, do you mean, was it on the app, or were you somewhere in person actually doing this?
I was actually in person. It was a runway show, and so I did that, and it was a great experience for me.
How do you take that? Is it an experience where you're doing some self-love? Because I think there's a misconception that it's a vanity industry, that people who do it are a little into themselves. Do you agree with that? Do you think there's a fine line?
Modeling can help you embrace your confidence. It can show you potential that you didn't even know you had.
Wow. And did you find that in yourself?
I did. Because there's clothes I wouldn't have wore years ago that I'll wear now because I'm confident in myself.
I love that. So what would you say to the person who's listening right now, who is trying to find that confidence, who loves that outfit in the window, but when they pull it off, the rack, they're going, no, it's not for me. How did you get into that frame of mind?
Never let what somebody else's opinion may be define who you want to be. Be comfortable in your skin.
Say it again. Never let, so one more time for me.
Never let someone's opinion of what you're going to do affect what you do, pretty much.
I like that. I think that's a good one. I think that there's a lot of things that the naysayers hold other people from attempting it because they're afraid to fail or what the other people may think, you know. By the way, everyone, if you're just now joining, we're joined by our third guest. She goes by Lizzie, top badge aspiring streamer, currently modeling, and also an artist of many sorts. I know that you're working on different mediums of art. Can you let us know a few of the things that you've been working on?
So I actually do poetry. So I have decided, I postponed it last year, but I am going to be doing my first book this year. And once it is finished, I do plan on, trying, with my supporters and stuff, I may even give them a free book. I plan on trying to incorporate my book into my streaming world because this has become a big part of my life.
What is this book about? What inspired you to write?
I started writing when I started going through a lot of depression. I wrote poetry about losing my grandmother. I wrote poems about struggling with being biracial and not knowing how to define. I touch on everything. I've touched on relationships, in which I do spoken word on here. I'm bringing it back on Sundays. I did take a break through something traumatic I was going through, so we're going to bring that back, and I want to hear more people's poems.
What you write about sounds incredibly personal. Do you share those types of things live, or is it more something that you use to, you're already saying, yeah, what, let's hear it. So you do share them live.
Yes, I definitely have. I'm a firm believer in, anything I've been through made me who I am. So if I'm scared to tell you, then I'm ashamed of who I am. So I don't mind reading any of my poems, whether any 200 and something poems, I'll read any one, because it lets them know who I am. And it lets them know that you could be comfortable to confide in me when you're going through something.
Wow. What would you say has been the inspiration recently? You said you started writing because you were going through some depression, difficult times. Do you find that you're able to write only from negative experiences, or are you pulling from happy and positive experiences as well?
I have been writing more happier poems, ones that are like reaching to my dreams, not letting people define me, and I started writing about those. And then Ahmaud Arbery's trial, that's real bad because that was in my hometown. So that got me back into writing because it was close to home.
Not to put you too on the spot, but to be on the spot, do you have anything prepared that you'd like to share tonight, even if you need to leave the box for now, or if you have it ready on you? We'd love to hear a snippet of what you're doing.
I got one more memorized. So
you got one from memory. All right. Well, hang on. Before you start, everyone, make sure you hit the favorite button on Lizzie. This is Suited Up. We do this show every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We're joined by our third guest. Don't go anywhere. We still have Big Chico and Miss Chocolate up. Great creators, great people. You got to stick around for that as well. But for now, let's hear this poem. What you got?
As two races begin to intertwine, it brings a lot of looking eyes, the thoughts that run through the unknown's mind, scared of what could happen with the next steps taken, the hearts that are racing, feeling like they're mistaken because people have ways they believe the world should be, and it's hard because it's something that brought me. I don't know why people love to hate. Dig deep inside and push your colors aside. This world is so big with all us inside. We look up to the sky and we see the clouds. We look down and we see the ground. We're not very different, but yet by color we are defined. We all bleed red, but race is how we're described. If we weren't so divided, we could bring the big picture alive.
Wow. I need my little studio audience clap button here. Big clap to you. Jeez. I think that what that was about was definitely identifiable, but in your own words, to put a little more layman's for the people who weren't catching, because I can be slow sometimes too. What were you talking about there, and what's that mean to you?
When I started writing it, it was kind of going to be about a relationship, but then I was like, let me touch on something deeper. People want to see you by your skin and not by you. We all bleed red. We're all human. So why should we keep hating each other instead of coming together?
Wow. Yeah. And I think you did that in a nice way. So great work. And is this what you're planning to publish in the book? Is it
Yes,
a
this one will
compilation of your work?
actually probably be the very first poem in my book. I'm trying to decide because I wrote a few new ones also. So
Wow. Well, I think that's the right start there. Moving on quickly to the streaming part. I feel like we could talk all night, so I don't want to hold you up too long now. What's in the future for you? I know that you do some things on stream content that people can look forward to outside of your poetry. What are some of those things?
I actually have a show on Thursdays. I did it for 8 weeks, and like I said, I had to take a break. It's coming back tomorrow, Battle of the Playlist. It has been exciting. I started it due to people were always talking about you can't listen to country. I had trolls come in my live and tell me I can't listen to something because I'm black or I'm white, and so I was like, okay.
I hear a little twang. Is that accurate?
Yes, I am biracial. So
No, like from the South. Like, are you a Southern at all?
yeah,
Okay. I was like, you're like, yeah. So you're from the South?
yes, I am.
Okay, but I didn't mean to cut you off. You're going deep there, but I had to make sure the twang was correct. You said that you had people telling you what you couldn't listen to, and you decided what?
I decided that, people don't always decide to branch out from what they listen to. So why not, if you're going to be on my show, you have to get a song that's country. You have to get a song that's rap. You have to get one that's old school, because I want people to learn new music. And there's some people that's been on my show in here and they were like, I didn't like this song or this artist, but now they actually do. So it did what I wanted it to do.
Wow. I think that's well said. Any last things you want to say besides everyone need the favorite, Lizzie here? Any last things you want to say, talk about, plug before we wrap up our conversation?
Thursdays, definitely tune in. I'll be doing Fave Party / the show. And then I'm hosting an auction this Friday, which is going to be fun. And I'm bringing spoken word back. But if you follow my Instagram, my streaming schedule will be posted on there hopefully tomorrow.
You got it. There you go, everyone. This has been our third guest, our first official interview of the evening. Make sure you have another favorite. Thank you so much for being here, being a little vulnerable. And I definitely look forward to hearing about that book, at least some updates, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you then. Thank you so much, Lizzie, for being on the show. Hey, everyone. We're doing Suited Up right now. My name's Chris. I'm not even going to change scenes because we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. We still have 2 more guests to get through. But in the meantime, I do need to say thank you to each of you who are gifting. A big special thank you, though, to our top 5. We've got Travel Bay, Auntie, and our top 3 gifters so far this evening. We've got Lemon Bay, Gary Clean for, I'm assuming, top badge, and then Divine. Divine, thank you so much for being so generous, dropping big this stream. If you have some interest in being on this show, by the way, we do this each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you have a talent, an interesting story, you're someone who works in an interesting profession, I'll draw it out of you. I got to hear what's going on, and the community needs to hear it too. So please go ahead and drop a favorite here, but you can follow me on Instagram. There, I do not post regularly. However, I do see your messages sometimes and might even reply. So go ahead and shoot me a message if you'd like to be on the show. Would love to talk about it. Now, we still have 2 more guests at this time. Big Chico, if you would please request the box or be so kind to do it, would greatly appreciate it. And again, everyone, while we're doing these conversations, you may notice that I'm not acknowledging the comments or the gifts, and it's definitely because out of respect of these conversations that we're having. But from time to time, between the segments, I will be saying thank you and get a little more. Chico.
What's going on, Chris? How you feeling, my guy?
I'm doing great. My hair's heavy. You got a hat. Maybe I should take that.
Love the energy. Loving it.
Thank you. I got to say the same about you, though. I took some time to check out your TikToks and your content. We're going to get into all that. You're a funny guy. You got it going on. You know how to make people laugh.
A little bit. I do my best.
He's humble. He's humble too. All right, so make sure you're favoring our next guest is Chico. Let's just jump right into it. Comedy, lifelong comedian. Where did it come from? When did it start?
Comedy, man, it's just been something natural I've been at. Like I just always been naturally a funny guy. Since a kid, I always loved making people laugh. Whether it was making jokes, cracking jokes on each other. Whatever it is, I just love being funny because smiling and laughter is such a good emotion. So I love to be able to present a positive energy to other people. And one way to do that was making people laugh. And it just comes naturally. So it was just a natural thing I was able to do since a kid. My mother always used to tell me I used to always jump in front of the company at the house and dance and do funny stuff just to make everybody laugh. So naturally, it's been something I've been doing since a kid, man.
Yeah. And you're doing it well. Did you know that you would turn it into a career, or was it something that you had just kind of thought, when I can do it, when it's fun?
A little bit of both. I've always had confidence in myself. Just like everybody who has a talent or a gift, you kind of second guess yourself sometimes. But, once I really started to put my effort into the TikTok and the streaming stuff, like it's really been it's like a self-motivating thing because it comes with results. The more you put in, the more things and more blessings comes with it. So I just been kind of a little bit of both with it, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's just been kind of just taking its time and doing, letting the universe take control.
You name dropped a couple platforms, well, TikTok and streaming. Do you see a difference in ability? And I'm going to do a two-parter here because in the pre-curated content sector like YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that, where they make videos, I think there is a view that live streaming isn't full of talent, or that it's a less talented because they don't have to prepare as much. Do you agree with that sentiment? Do you think it's a different skill set? What's your hot take on that?
I kind of think anything that takes time and dedication to deserves some type of respect. Because at the end of the day, people may see it from one side, oh, you just jumped on the camera and did this and that was it. But literally, man, this stuff takes time. For people that's starting off, that has jobs and actually want to do this, they have to take time from the job. They got to come home from work, then spend hours after work or before work creating content, wherever it may be, whether it's editing, whether you're just doing reactions, all of this stuff takes time. So it's not like somebody's just pressing a button and everything happens for them. Everything takes time, and you have to be patient and give respect to the people that's actually doing content creation, because it can be a lot, especially if you're working and you have a 9-to-5 job and you're really passionate about it. It's really tiring. But, as long as you're committed, something to come from it. But I respect anybody who creates content on no matter what platform.
There's enough room at the table for everybody, as
Absolutely.
long as you're willing to make the play, right? Where did you start? What was the first crack at it that you took? Were you doing videos? Were you doing streaming?
Well, I come from music, and I've always been an artist. So, being in front of the camera was natural.
Satellite feed is getting a little disrupted over here. And if you're just now joining everyone, we got our third guest, Mr. Chico. I started to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off the satellite feed. You know how it gets with the TV. Right?
I'm sorry about that.
So you're good. You're good. Where we heard you get cut off is that you're a musician. You started off with music.
Yeah, I started off with music, so being in front of the camera was, always a thing of mine. I'm so comfortable with it. But actually streaming, I was on the POF app. It was sitting on my phone for a while, and I was about to delete it, and I just jumped on, and I seen it says new feature going live, and I just so happened to click on it, and I started, jumping from room to room, and was like, yo, I could do this. This is pretty much easy. And from that moment, I started streaming. And it's just been, that's what I've been doing since, man. And I love it, actually. I have a lot of fun doing it.
So streaming came before TikTok for you?
Absolutely. Yes, it has.
Wow. Okay. And you've grown your TikTok fairly quickly then. How long have you been doing TikTok?
All right. So I had my TikTok since like early last year, but being consistent and growing my TikTok, it's been about 2 months. And
2 months.
in 2 months, yeah, man.
2 months. You smile because you know where I'm going with this. He knows where I'm going with this. You're my dude. You've curated. You've gathered over 40,000. I believe it was over 40,000 followers, 45,000, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. It's probably at 50,000 right now because I have like my 7th viral video going viral right now, and I checked it about an hour ago. It's at 49, so it could be at 50K, but if not, it's at 49,000 right now.
Yeah, and this goes to show too the talent that exists out there. That we're in a new era, a new phase of people being able to surface themselves. Because I think we're frozen again. but the point being is that in the past few months, you've been able to take something that was your charisma and something that people knew about you in your personal life, but now you're able to blow it up over social media, which is incredible. Where do you want to take this? What do you want to do with it?
Man, I'm taking it as far as it's going to go. I mean, I have so many things that I'm into. Currently, I have 2 pages on Facebook and Instagram that pays me for my reels. If you are familiar with reels on Instagram and Facebook, I currently get paid for 3 accounts. So it's starting to become an actual job. So and I have other endeavors, like I'm into fashion design, and I do music, and I also manage artists and so forth. So I'm just trying to get my foot in the door to create bigger opportunities for myself and other people around me that I believe in. So entertainment is my life. So this is something I've always wanted to do since a kid. So this is it for me, man. As far as I can go, I'm going to continue to go.
You got a lot of sticks in the fire. I got to know about this music part too. By the way, cut my own self off. Make sure you're favoring Big Chico. This guy's up to a lot. You want to say you knew him. All right? So make sure you're hitting the favorite button. Let's hear about this music part. I'm a musician myself. I want to know, what were you producing? What's your experience?
So I've been doing music since I was 7. I've been rapping since I was 7 years old. I do hip hop. But I've evolved in the past 10, 15 years into songwriting, producing, video directing, executive producing, managing. I own a label, collectively millions of views on YouTube, Facebook, and all platforms, Spotify, all the streaming DSPs as well. I've just been literally a sponge when it comes to the music industry. And man, it's just been something naturally I've been able to do since a kid. So, but it started off just being a rapper, but as I got older, the behind the scenes and the creating process is what I really, really fell in love with. That's why I recently got into fashion designing hats and designing clothes and jackets and things like that, because the creative process, I'm addicted to it. I love creating, whether it's physically with my hand or mentally or verbally.
Do you worry that you have too many things going, that if you spread yourself so thin, you won't be able to excel at one, or you're trying to do it all at once?
Oh, no, I never, I always take my time with everything I do. I always set a goal for something and then work towards that goal. Like right now, I've really been focusing on the TikTok thing, branding, trying to be able to brand my TikTok so that way I can step to another direction and focus on the next thing. I feel like all these years I was just a student, so that's why I became so good at a lot of these hats that I wear, is because I was practicing and educating myself to set me up for this time in my age and my life, to where as I'm pretty seasoned with everything I do. So now it's time to take one vision at a time and capitalize off of it.
Wow. All right. I like it. And here you are now. You're on Meet Me. You're doing this. Or I'm sorry, which platform specifically? Plenty of Fish. You Plenty of Fish is the app that you were on. So were you doing some dating too?
Not really. Mine was, me being here was just literally just having a good time, meeting people. I'm super social. If anybody that's in here that's been in my life, I'm super energetic. I have a lot of energy, and it's all about laughter, love, and peace in my life. So it's just more of just like having fun. Wasn't really worrying about dating too much. It was just like, yo, let's just have fun. Let's have a good time. Anybody that could come in my live, whether you had a bad day or off day, they come in my live and literally say, yo, Chico, you made my day better, because anything can happen in my life. Nothing too crazy, but it's always something funny going on in my life, just from naturally vibing with people and connecting with energies, man.
I believe it. I believe it. As we start to get close to wrapping up our conversation, again, everyone, make sure you're hitting the favor button on Chico. You can throw it on me if you like, you know. But for the people who want to follow in your footsteps, who are also hopeful to get their views up, get their follows up, what would be a tip or piece of advice that you could give to them so that they can get started?
I would say no idea is a bad idea, especially in content creating, because there's a niche for everything you can possibly think of. Just stay consistent and just take your chances at putting it out. Everything you throw at the wall is not going to stick, but you'll have a better chance if you throw 1,000 spitballs at the ceiling and 100 of them stick. That's a better chance than doing 10 of them and none of them stick. So keep trying, keep consistent. Do not stop. Don't give yourself excuses. We all have choices in this world. Sometimes we're a little physically tired and you may want to do this. Don't let time pass you by. Work as much as you can towards your goals to create an opportunity for yourself and your loved ones around you.
I like that. Anything you want to plug, events, things you're promoting, stuff that you're doing in your stream that we should know about?
Yeah, man, just follow me on TikTok. L_VATIO is my TikTok. You can look up Big Chico, is the same on there. I will be on POF. I'm bringing back those parties, those live interaction parties that I used to have. I'm bringing those back. So make sure y'all come in. All my bouncers, all my bottle girls, all my DJs, all my dancers, make sure y'all come back. We coming back to have fun. Chico's bringing the fun back to the app. Naturally fun. I used to make people sweat in the comments and they said, Chico, I'm really dancing. So make sure y'all just come pull up on me, man. Super excited to come back to the app. I was really spent a lot of time on TikTok as well, but now that things are starting to level out, I'm putting my timestamps on each app that I've actually been on. But POF is home, man. POF is my home. I'm always going to be on POF. I'm always in the comments. I'm always supporting my fellow streamers. So make sure y'all pull up, man. Y'all going to see a lot more from me on the POF app, man.
POF stand up. I know they're loving that right now. They're like, yeah, all right, POF. So I don't know. I will say this before you go. I feel like between the different apps that are within this community, that there's not any relative like beef. That everything's kind of harmonious. People aren't too, oh, you're Meet Me, oh, you're Scout, or you're OkCupid, or you're Zoo. Like what I mean. Like it doesn't get too territorial, and I really like that. I think that's a great success on behalf of the community. I'd hate to see us divided like that.
Yeah, I agree. You have the tag team, you have the POF team, the Meet Me team. We all have little funny jokes that we put towards each other, but 9 times out of 10, you can catch everybody on both sides somehow, some way.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Rep your teams, but hang out in the community. It's all good. Again, everyone, this has been Big Chico. Thank you so much for being here. Very funny guy. I love the smile, man. Cheers to you. Make sure you're hitting the favorite. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all, man. God bless and have a great show, man. Shout out to everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, you helped make it. There you go, everyone. That is our fourth guest this evening. That's Chico. Thank you so much, Chico, for being here. My name's Chris. Oh my gosh, they're flying a helicopter in the studio. They're going around the skyscrapers, I guess. I don't know. You cannot land there, sir. Or madam. We don't know who's. I was flying. I was the one flying it. It's a twist. I need like that stinger sound right now. I've never seen that before. Thank you so much to whoever just dropped that. You caught it at the right time because normally we don't talk about gifts. But speaking of gifts, we've got our top 5. We've got Gary. We've got Auntie. We got Frian. Did you just change your name? They're like, I'm tired of Chris saying my name wrong. They're like, Gary for top badge, but I need to get my actual name out there. We got Lemon Bay. We've got Divine. I believe it's Divine Phases. I don't have enough. Yes, Divine Phase, at least. My text doesn't go far enough. She's like, please say the whole name. We need the whole name said. We're not going to do a transition right now because we're limited on time. We got like 20 minutes left or something. More shows on next. Speaking of shows, this is not the only content that you can see. Yes, I'm sitting at my magical desk that has many crazy cool things underneath it. However, there's a lot of other great content that you can catch. Make sure you're checking the top banner. All the creators are posted the day of. You can see what's happening with that. And there's something for everyone. Whether you want to know how to cook, you're looking for some dating, you want to talk about gossip and celebrity news, there's all of that kind of stuff going on. So you need to check the top banner, keep up to date with everything that's going on, and find something for you. Love each and every one of those people. In fact, talking about those people, we've got one more. She goes by Miss Chocolate. She's one of those creator people that I was just referencing. Miss Chocolate, if you'd be so kind to page in real quick. Okay, dialing in via AOL. Instant dial up. We've got Miss Skyline. Oh my gosh, I just almost spilled my water all over my keyboard. I mean my desk. What's up, Miss Chocolate?
Hi, Chris. What's
Miss
up?
Chocolate. Miss
What's up?
Chocolate. I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm great. I can't complain. I'm blessed. I'm good.
She's like, I'm chilling, Chris.
Yeah.
You're way too much right now. Let me calm things down. All right, fine. Miss Chocolate, first and foremost, I need to apologize. I thought you were on the show 902 years ago.
Nope. This is my first time. I'm so excited. It's my first time.
Wow. Well, this is definitely overdue, but we definitely saved something great for late, and here we are now. And you've done a lot of great things since our hypothetical first conversation that we had a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, actually, I think it was probably a box situation that we first talked, but you're
Yes.
familiar with having people in your box
Yes.
because you host some pretty saucy conversations, very controversial, stingy issues. Is that true?
Yes. Yes. So I host Open Letter every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, in which the live community, they love talking to me about things. So they send me some anonymous letters via Instagram, and I kind of sort through them with a few of my friends, and I pick 2 letters to read every Sunday, and I have 4 featured guests that give advice. So yeah.
Wow. Anonymous letters. Do you find that people, when they know that their name won't be put out there, they get a little more open with what they're willing to talk about?
Oh, 100%. I know everyone gets so fussy with me. Chocolate, are we going to get a reveal? I'm like, listen, the people are bearing their souls, okay? I can't. And I tell them, these letters are completely anonymous. Unless they request a reveal, I do not reveal the identity of the person.
Has there ever been one where you're like, wow, I cannot believe that they shared this, that you aired? I'm sure you get some stuff where you're like, Chris, we cannot even talk about that on Suited Up right now. But that you shared, have there been any?
Oh, yes. One of my favorite ones was when it was Lizzie. Lizzie came on the show, and she had a letter that really resonated with me, and I really appreciated her open transparency with her experiences. So it was really a great letter.
You wanna spill a little tea?
Well, she was just kind of talking about navigating life, just kind of finding her identity in the community that she lives in, and just her experiences as a biracial woman in the area, and then with family. So it was really a deep letter, and I really enjoyed how everyone was really kind of able to see things from different perspectives and give us some insight and advice. It was really good.
What was the inspiration to start this show?
So honestly and truly, I think I was just laying around one day, and I'm like, I want to do something on the app, and everybody always comes to me for advice. I'm like, what is this thing going to be? And literally it was just like Open Letter. That's literally how it went. Open Letter. And then it was Open Letter Sundays, but then of course it's Open Letter with Miss Chocolate. So, and then I just started doing it in January of last year. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And that's, I think, close around the time how we met, because I was doing some of my late night scouring, which not many people know. I'll box hop and jump in people's date boxes. But you were hosting a pretty controversial dating segment, I think. And I was like, I got to get in on this. This is good.
We were talking about, I remember this vividly. So it was probably 5:30 a.m. And I don't know why I was still up, but I was really streaming a lot. And we were talking about the difference between gender expression, and sexuality. And it was a big topic, and everybody was, and it was like, yeah, it was great. And you and yes, I remember that. I remember that. It was you and Princess.
I have a background in that. So that's what my education, I have a background in communication, specializing in gender studies.
Yes.
And yeah, that's one of my favorite things to talk about. But I remember how that now, yes, thank you for reminding me.
Spicy in there.
It got spicy. There was someone who was unrelenting. They did not relent about what they thought. And we're like, all right.
Yes.
Okay. in your off app life, you
Mhm.
talk with people and educate people in a capacity. Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a special education teacher. A lot of people don't necessarily know that. I've been doing it for 7 years. This is my 7th year teaching. I teach high school, so I'm secondary, 6 through 12, and I love it. Like, this is my passion for
Yeah.
sure. Mhm.
That's really special. My mom, who's watching right now, she taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade special education for 22 years. And growing up, I used to, from time to time, help her in the classroom or help chaperone for field trips. And I think that was one of the most sculpting experiences of my childhood. Getting to work firsthand and also having a mom that could direct me to help understand what some of the different experiences that people have in life and what they do. And I'm honestly thankful for that. Do you feel that the role that you have, it's taught you anything? Have you learned anything from the people that you
Oh,
work with?
I feel like teaching has made me a better streamer and vice versa. Right, vice versa. So one of the things, right, you get people from so many different backgrounds and everybody wants some attention. Everybody wants to feel heard and appreciated. And a lot of underserved populations don't always necessarily feel that way, especially students with disabilities, because they're not necessarily processing or understanding things in the way that we typically understand things. So I kind of keep that mind on when I am streaming, or even when I'm in the classroom, to exercise that same level of patience, because everybody wants to feel accepted and understood, so that I can set the tone for the room, right? So classroom environment, I create the same environment in my stream where we all understand that we have people from different walks of life and we gotta respect and understand them. So for sure.
Yeah. I think overwhelmingly, and I want to believe that this is true, that I have seen a positive community reaction to those who have a cognitive delay or something development, physical or mental. And I think that's really a great step in the direction, because the internet is notorious for being a place where people can be unkind. I think it also can highlight, though, some of the greatest kindness that people have to offer. Have you experienced anything especially kind or something that really wowed you, that impressed you about either this community or the live community in general?
So one thing I gotta say about the chocolate loyalists, everybody who visits my stream in our room, right, the exclusive intellects, one thing that really impresses me with the group of people who do visit my stream, that they are just so welcoming to other people, even when we don't understand their point of view. And it's never an offensive thing. And I feel like the app offers a lot of opportunity for that, where
Yes.
people can get nasty, but there are a lot of opportunity when you get to see people showcase kind of their best side, their kindness, and kindness is free. I always say that. So when they're in my room and they're expressing kindness to people who don't know us, who haven't been here, and they're expressing kindness to other people in other places, even people who might have met me and been a little aggressive, I love to see. A few of my favorite uncles, they know who they are. They were real aggressive. So to see them now on the app and embracing people and having those hard conversations and really showing that kindness, it warms my heart for sure.
We love that. We love that. You started out on the platform. It was Plenty of Fish for dating. I know,
Yeah.
like so many. Thinking back, do you feel like first question I believe I asked Lizzie is, do you think that those can intertwine? Do you think that streaming and dating is able to intertwine? Do you keep it separate? Is it something on the table for you?
I think it can intertwine. I think the reality is that people just got to know what they want. So one of my favorite quotes of all time, Dr. Miles Monroe, where purpose is not established, abuse is inevitable. So if I understand that what I'm trying to do is to date or to stream or whatever capacity, because we still get the messages even as top badges on here, right? From people who might not know what we're on here for. I'm clear with the people who visit my room about what I'm looking for. I'm still very single. So if it were to happen and somebody who's gotten to know me in this experience, because the dating side of it really offers an insight to a person, which is the beauty behind it, even if we use it just to have conversation. So if someone really takes their time to get to know someone and listen to someone and understand them, I think dating is definitely possible on here. I haven't sailed that ship.
Okay, yeah. Your person who knows what they want, and you define it clearly. I think that's a tall order for most people. If someone says, "What are you looking for in a partner?" They're like, good vibes. They don't cheat. You know,
I hate the word vibe. Oh my. Do not refer
right.
to it as a vibe.
I'm on a crusade against that word myself.
Yes.
I poke fun at it pretty often, like just now. But as far as you go, I mean, for the people watching, maybe it's their first time checking you out. And if it is, they should be hitting the favorite button on Miss Chocolate because she is our last guest of this evening. What are some of those things that you're looking for?
So honesty, intellectual, ambitious, kind, courteous, thoughtful, and a person who believes in God and fears him. So that's pretty much the crux of everything I'm looking for. And I've met a lot of people with a lot of those different qualities, but then personalities sometimes don't go together. So I'm just open and allowing things to happen and getting to know people.
And you're pretty popular on the app too. So I mean, I'm sure there's no shortage of people who are sliding through like, my anonymous letter is, Miss Chocolate, will you please go out with me? How is that pretty often actually? That you're
Immediately,
anonymous?
no, actually, no. I honestly, I don't get many messages like that. You're gonna always have those people who are just a little interesting, but other than that, I don't really get many of those messages. It's usually just kind of really for some serious advice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. Good show, community. You're showing up proper. So,
Yes.
that's good to hear. Do you have any other things going on in the near future that people should know about? Obviously, you guys show Sundays.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to start. There's a show that I kind of started, but so I'm in school full time. Another thing, I'm in school full time to be a principal. I should be done. This is my last year of school, so I'm really excited about that. Another master's degree. So yeah. So with time,
Another?
another. This is my second master's degree.
Woo!
Yeah. So I'm actually
Cool.
a teacher, right? So yeah. So there's a show that I started on Tuesdays at 9:00 called Bad Teacher, where people get to kind of come in and give their high school or schooling experiences, some crazy stories, their favorite experiences, favorite teachers. We did a few of those and it was really, really good. I'm trying to do a little bit more fun things that are not as serious because we always have some serious topic going on in my stream. So I'm trying to find a consistent day to bring it back, but school and work is a little crazy, but it's coming back. Tuesdays though for now at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow, I really like that show idea.
Oh, thank best friend, top badge best friend. We were talking in a verse and she said, Chocolate, I feel like you need to do this show. And I'm like, wait, what? And she gave me the idea. So shout out to her. She had some great idea for that. So I've been doing it.
Someday, maybe there'll be more than one show per person, but I'm scared to open that Pandora's box.
Just
because I won't be able to shut it once that happens. Yes. Again, everyone, make sure you're hitting the favorite button on Miss Chocolate. Any last things you want to talk about? I feel like we had such a good the time just flew right by. Any other things that you're passionate about that you want to talk about?
I think one of the biggest things, and this is for everyone, kindness is free. You don't know what anyone's going through. You don't know what their day's been like. Like today's my mother's birthday. She passed away when she was 50. She would have been 54 today. And you don't know what anyone's going through. And sometimes they're just coming in the room to get a little bit of love, a little bit of attention, a little bit of affection. And it's free. So always make sure that you treat people with the kindness that you want, because it always comes back to you.
I got a big follow-up to that one because you are someone who handles these things with grace. I've seen you do it many times. What is your tactic to diffusing unkindness, trolls, people who come in live? Because I know I'm being long-winded here. I think one of the most difficult parts of being a streamer is knowing how to migrate through those comments and the things that aren't as kind. How do you get through that? What's your perspective?
So it's two ways I approach it. I either give the teacher point of view. So the teacher is usually a face and a demeanor. And I find that when people get in the box and they feel that energy, so if I'm like, hello, when you go to people's house, you just go in their fridge. Usually when I hit them with that phrase, they're like, ooh, this lady's not playing. So that's one way when I want to be hard. But other times, I try to just ask open questions and say hello and just be kind. And then the people in my room really do a great job of creating the energy and the tone. We don't do cursing and vulgarity in the room. So with that expectation, we hold everyone to those standards. So with that being the culture, going forward, we don't really have those problems. And if people come with it, we don't even entertain it. They just go. We just get them out of there.
Lead by example. Absolutely.
Precisely.
Lead by example, and people will model the behaviors off of what you do. And I think you couldn't ask for a better leader for that. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Miss Chocolate, I could talk with you. I know this for a fact because we've done this until 5:30 a.m. And I know many of you in the comments probably want to too. So make sure you're hitting the favorite button on Miss Chocolate. Make sure you're checking out your show. It's every Sunday at noon.
Yes, 12
Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
12 Eastern. Make
Mhm.
sure they're checking out her anonymous letter show. If you want to submit a letter, she's got an Instagram. Make
Yes.
sure you're sending it in. We need that content.
For sure, for sure.
Thank you so much for being here. Definitely look forward to this Sunday and
Sure.
look forward to our next conversation that will be sooner than later. Okay.
Yeah, so we got to get you on the show, Chris.
I would love that. Maybe I'll even submit an anonymous letter and reveal
Let's
myself.
do it. You let me know when. I know you're a busy man.
Message me, please.
For sure. I will. I will. Thank you.
All right. There you go, everyone. That's Miss Chocolate. All right, here we go. Hang on. So, hey, everyone, this is Suited Up with Chris. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to the show. We do the show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you had a great time. This has been really fun. I have a lot more planned for this. I'm trying not to make too big of a deal of it. I've made it very low key. I need to give a very, very, very special shout out to Kenny Lee Young, who I told him what I wanted this to look like. He created it. So everything that you're seeing between the transitions, this desk, everything, I said, Kenny, I love what you do with the Music Box Showcase. If any of you had seen the Music Box Showcase, it's on pause right now. Steve T is recovering. Kenny put this together. He is a GOAT. He is the GOAT. Okay. He's the GOAT. And from the different scene transitions to the setup, all I did is I told him what I wanted it to look like. He cast my vision and made it a reality. Also, fun fact, we've had this setup for about a year. I just never activated it. So I know you're probably thinking, why? Why, Chris? And it's because I was scared. I was scared to try this out. I didn't know how I'd do at it. So this is baby step one. We've got more planned. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, things you want to holler at me about, go ahead and follow my Instagram. Shoot me a message. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening over there. Super excited. I don't want to spoil too much, so just follow there. There's some stuff on its way. This Friday is the rundown. If you're looking to see or hang out with me before then, this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the rundown. The rundown is your weekly app update and it's an announcement show. It's where we go over things like tip of the week. We rumor bust. We announce the new features that are on the platform. We cover that. We go over contest results. This past weekend, by the way, we had one of the biggest contests that we've ever ran. In fact, I think I did say last week we were going to announce the top 25 winners on this week's rundown because there are so many prizes at stake in this past one that I just had to do it. Okay. So make sure that you check out the rundown this week. We're going to go over top 25. We've got some new top badge alert. I will guarantee you at least a top badge announcement. So you heard it here. There is at least going to be a top badge announcement. I sometimes trick you and don't announce one. We got an announcement this week. If you have suggestions, things that you want to see on the show, please shoot me a message. Until then, drop a favorite here. You can also follow my Instagram by clicking my name and go to it. Thank you so much to our gifters this evening. One more time, big shout out to our top 5. We've got Gary, Auntie, we got Friend, Lemon Bay, and Divine Face. Divine Face coming in real big. Lemon Bay coming in real big. Fran, Auntie, actually all these people. Wow, this is a huge stream. Thank you so much. I'm just catching up on the numbers. Until then, everyone, my name is Chris Casper. I hope that you have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye.